this funky hairstyle. If you want to learn how to do it, keep watching.
Hey friends! So first I started off by just moisturizing her hair with my spray bottle. And then I'm just going to create a part, and I'm using the arch of her eyebrow as my guide, and I'm just going to come all the way back to her neck. And then I'm going to use my spray bottle just to add a little bit of moisture, and then I'm going to detangle her hair before I get that cornrow in there. And then I just wanted to add a little bit of the passion fruit control paste at her edges, just where I'm going to start that cornrow. And what I'm doing is just parting a little bit of hair at the tip there where I'm going to start, and I'm braiding it. I braided this all the way to the end. And the reason I braided it all the way to the end is just because once you get that first bead in there, it does unravel, and I do want a little bit of braid still in there. So I do have my beads already ready on my beader, and what I'm going to do is just take one of the beads and see how I put that braid in that beader, and then voila, just pulled that beader through. And I will leave a link in the description box where I got this beader. This cost about I got 3 in a pack, and they were like $3.99, so it's pretty cheap. I got it on eBay. But now I am just trying to get those pieces of that braid so I can start my cornrow. So I'm just going to get those pieces of that braid and start to create my cornrow. And I only braid the hair about 3 times before I get another bead in there. So after I braided it about 3 times, I'm going to take that piece on the left, so that outer piece, and I'm going to grab my beader, and then I'm going to put a bead in that piece. So the tricky part about this is that you have to make sure that you are holding those other 2 pieces, or you have a grip on them, or maybe you clip them while you are getting this bead in there, and you have to use one hand. And then you kind of want to position that bead to how you want it to lay on her hair, and then start braiding her hair again. And I braided it 3 times again. If you want them to be more spaced out, then you might want to braid them 4 or 5 times. Or if you want them closer together, you might just want to braid it 1 or 2 times. And then I'm just going to take that right outer piece this time. Instead of the left, I'm going to take the right part, and I'm going to put a bead on that. And then that's what I'm just going to continue doing, is keep alternating the left outer piece with and putting a bead on it, and then the right outer piece putting a bead on it. And if you are good and amazing, maybe you want to try to do it with the middle piece. I don't know if that will make a difference in how it looked. It was hard for me, so I'm just like I'm just gonna do the outer pieces. It still looks amazing. But yeah, it is a pretty tough style to do, but oh my goodness, once it's done, it's so amazing. I wish I had the time. I would have did her whole hair like that. And how amazing and cool would it be if you could do her whole hair with these beads in it, braided like this. I hope I could try it one day, but it does take a while. And friends, it is sometimes tricky to get that bead laying down how you want it. Sometimes I'm trying to braid it and it's not going where I want it to go, but eventually you'll get it. And if you're an expert cornrower, French braider, whatever, you'll do amazing at this, I'm sure. If you're not, and you're not an expert, just give it a try. You never know what the outcome may be. So now I'm just going to continue doing that all the way to the end. So friends, I'm just going to continue letting the video play in case you haven't got the gist of it and you just want to keep watching. But if you did get the gist of it, just skip up to 5:56 where I show you something different. I should also mention that it's much easier if you keep the hair all nice and moisturized while you are using the beater to get the beads in there. So friends, when I got to a certain point, I wasn't able to get a bead into the part or the piece because it got too thick. So what I did was I just took the two pieces that I'm not working with and I clipped them up, and then I took that piece and I split it in half, and then I put the bead in one of those halves. Try to make sure that the bead was on top, like the piece that I was working with or putting that bead through was on top of that other piece. So when I did, go and braid it, you could see that bead. I hope you understood what I'm saying. So I'm going to try to explain it another way. So when you split that piece in half, you want to split it going through the middle, up and down. You want a top piece and a bottom piece. You don't want to split it in half where you're going to have a left and a right piece, if that made any sense. Just so that when you get that bead in there, you want that bead to go onto the top piece so you can lay that bottom piece underneath the bead. So when you do braid that hair, it is on the top and you will be able to see it. And then when I got to the end and I didn't have to worry about like cornrowing it, it got a little bit easier to get the bead in. So hey, if you don't know how to cornrow and you want to do this style still, why not just try single braiding it? You can totally do it like that as well. I have to try that one day, but yeah, it's easier. And I just basically did it the same way as I did when I cornrowed it. I just put the bead in, braided it 3 times, and then put another bead in, and just kept doing that all the way to the end. So when I got to the end, I just got an elastic the same color as the bead, and I just wrapped the elastic around that bead. And then I used some of the passion fruit control paste on the toothbrush and just, try to clean up those edges a little bit. And then for the rest of the hair, I just used the spray bottle and just got her hair all moisturized. If you wanted to, you could probably use some of the flaxseed gel to have those nice defined curls, or even if you use gel to get defined curls, use that as well. But we were just going for a fluffy, cute look. And then I actually got some pins, some bobby pins, and I kind of weaved it in her hair like you would when you're like sewing, just so that the hair would stay to the side, and it did so amazingly. So my friends, I hope you like this hairstyle. I know this is a long video, but if you did like it, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more hair tutorials. And I hope you do this one on your little one's hair because I think this one is like one of the most adorable ones so far. We love you, friends. Bye.